What I feel is that the personal development industry kind of, I don't want to say poisoned us, but just maybe it did a little bit. So, we've been trying to unravel this mindset of like set huge, massive goals, not just one goal, but lots of goals. Hello and welcome back to episode 171. Now, what if I told you that the difference between staying stuck and completely transforming your life and your business, your energy, might just come down to 1%? Have you heard about the 1% rule yet, you guys? Because it's definitely been in my sort of sphere for a little while. And it really doesn't sound like much, right? I mean, 1%. However, 1% compounded every single day is how many great things are built. Now, I think that we've been conditioned to think that growth requires intensity, massive overhauls, giant leaps, push harder, do more, do this, do that. And I'm honestly still working through my mindset around this too. So a couple weekends ago, I had a belated 50th with 7 girlfriends. And we hired out a beautiful house south of Sydney in a place called Kiama. Some of these women I haven't seen in 12 years. The one thing that we pretty much, all of us share is that either we worked together running massive personal development seminars, or through that sort of, community. And if you've listened to me for a while, you know that I used to work for Tony Robbins and some other really interesting speakers. So we're sort of catching up. Like, what have we been up to over the last 12 years, or how many years we have seen each other, and what's happened in our lives since that interesting time that we knew each other? And a few of us said, it's interesting. On paper, we look successful. We have partnerships, children, houses, investments. A lot of us have our own business, or some of us have plural businesses. So, on paper, successful. However, with all that said and done, we're still not there, feeling it 100% not there. And it's interesting because I think what's happened is that, at least what I feel, is that the personal development industry kind of, I don't want to say poisoned us, but just maybe it did a little bit. So, we've been trying to unravel this mindset of like set huge, massive goals, not just one goal, but lots of goals, manifesting things that you want in your life. Surround yourself with go-getters. And look, I even use this quote, right? You're the average of the 5 people that you spend your most time with. Yeah, it's true. But also, could it be toxic? Just something to think about. But yeah, I mean, I love the industry. I love where I came from. That's how we all met. But we just share this common belief that all that stuff's really, really important to a point. But however, it also can drag you down and make you feel a little like shit about yourself, right? So like, I'm not a millionaire within a year, for example. That was a huge thing back in the day when we were running seminars. It's like, be a millionaire in a year. If you've been to the personal development seminars, you might totally get where I'm coming from with this. They do really beautiful things. However, also it kind of like tangles with your mind around things as well. And so all that to say, here we are, from 20 years ago when a lot of us met, having, really amazing lives, friendships and everything. And we're still going, are we good enough? So it's just an interesting thing because I was talking about, you guys in the Hustle Rebellion podcast and a little bit about this mindset that's really out there, what success really looks like. And what I've been finding, and when I was speaking to them as well, is I can say for the most part that sustainable growth, like really good, sustainable, healthy growth, is actually quiet. It's almost invisible. And that's the growth that's actually quite phenomenal. So what does this 1% growth or 1% rule actually look like? So some examples. It's choosing to send one follow-up email that you've been avoiding, for example, right? Just one day. You're like, I've been avoiding this email. I'm going to send it. It's going to a prominent page on your website because it's not great and you update the headline, you use, a copywriter or ChatGPT or whatever, and you go, make this headline more about my website visitor and the benefit they want working with me. What would you say? And get some ideas and then pop it on your website, right? One day, change a headline, not a page, not a whole website, just one page. It's saying no to things that are not aligned with you. So maybe there's a project you've just started where you're like, you know what? Actually, that's not aligned where I'm headed. I'm going to stop. I'm going to pull out of that. Or it's just focusing every single day on taking a deep breath or sitting back for 5 minutes before you say yes to something, even just a shift in your patterns, right? Maybe it is getting 10 more minutes of sleep. So putting the phone down 10 minutes earlier or going up into your room 10 minutes earlier each night. Maybe it's a quick 5-minute stretch or walk before opening your computer in the morning. And maybe that becomes 10 minutes and 15 minutes and maybe a gym session that you've always wanted to do. These things don't feel impressive. And that's the thing that all of us were talking about on the weekend. It's like, these don't feel impressive, right? They're not sexy. They don't really look good on LinkedIn or your socials. But if you stack them, 1% every day, better every single day equals 37 times improvement. That's the math, you guys. That's the magic of this. And the best part, you don't need to overhaul your life. You don't. It's just little simple steps every day. And you just need to start paying attention to what compounds. That's it. Because the hustle mindset tells us we need to, sprint and run and go hard. And that's what I was trained working in the industry. Big goals. Lots of focus every single day on those. And then after a year of not achieving all 10 of those goals, you're just like, oh, I don't feel great about myself. So the 1% mindset is basically this: just don't quit or just get started. That's it. It's not hustle hard. It's not run. It's not sprint. So here's my challenge for you for this week. Don't ask, how can I get everything done that I want to do? Ask, what's the 1% I can improve just today? Pick a thing in your life or your business, just one thing, right? Because the secret isn't in doing more. It's actually in choosing better, right? And I've been saying this for a little while in the last few episodes. One tiny decision at a time. That's the 1% rule, you guys. And it's where the hustle rebellion truly begins. Thank you, as always, for being here. Now, tomorrow, think of it. What's going to be that 1% you're going to go change or do differently? Talk to you soon, guys. Bye.